All right, so study guide review, question number 1. Find the measure of an interior and an exterior angle for a regular quadrilateral. Several ways you can do this. Now, most of you probably know what a regular quadrilateral is. All right, what is that?
It's square.
A square. All right, but let's talk about the process if you don't happen to know what the shapes, what it would be offhand. How do we find the sum of interior angles?
You do the n minus logic.
N minus 2 times 180. But if I just want one interior angle, I do what with 360? So my interior angle obviously is 90. How do I find my exterior angle?
Like all of them equal 360, so you have to divide it by something.
Well, you could do it that way, but if you already have the interior angle, you can subtract it from 180. Now, obviously, this is easier because it's just going to also give you 90. But yes, you could actually find the exterior angle first because the sum is 360. If you divide 360 by the number of sides, you get the measure of one regular exterior angle. All right, number 2, find the sum of interior angles for a nonagon. Well, we just used the formula, so n minus 2 times 180. Nonagon is 9, good.
Minus 2. Oh, yeah. Times 180. 12.
What is 7 times 180?
12. 60.
1,260.
Yes,
It's the 6th period, by the way.
this is.
Yes. What is that?
If anybody's watching the video, this is probably one of my 2 better classes, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Hello there.
Wait, we're
Hi.
Wait.
Number 3, a regular polygon has an interior angle measure of 108 degrees. What is the number of sides? This is the shortcut that has 2 steps, right? So step 1, subtract from 180.
What is the sign that you made in front of it?
What?
The number 1.
It's a one circle, but it looks like an eye.
This is one of the reasons I don't use this as often is my handwriting's bad to begin with, and then on here it's even harder to keep it not looking.
God.
6th period is no longer one of my better classes. So you get 72. What's step 2?
Divide.
Divide 360
By 72.
72, yeah.
Oh, Turtle, stop trying to steal my line.
Fight.
I said it first, so I get it.
Bang.
So I'm going to put divide into 360. Again, I hope you aren't saying divide by 360 because that would make 360 in the denominator. So we have 72. We're going to do 360 divided by 72, which is what?
5.
5. So 5 sides. This is a pentagon. Number 4, speaking of pentagon, find the measure of an exterior angle for a regular pentagon. So, like we said earlier, exterior angles, no matter how many sides, always add up to 360. If it's regular, they're all going to be the same, so divided by 5, 72.
Was this supposed to tie together?
Not intentionally, but it worked out that way. Like things in life do. Number 5, the measure of 3 exterior angles of a quadrilateral are 65, 106, and 78. Find the measure of the fourth. So it's no longer regular. They're all different lengths, but they will still add up to what? So we're going to take 65 plus 78. See, it's hard to make those 8s sometimes. Plus 106.
I think you made a vortex.
That's Shazam, by the way.
We get like a million views.
What is 360 minus 249?
111.
Times that by 6 and you
All right, number 6, 4 properties of a parallelogram. Technically, there's 5. If you think opposites, that'll take you through the first 3. I'll try to write this as abbreviated as I can. Right, opposite sides. What does that symbol mean?
Parallel.
Parallel.
So the
2
sides are parallel.
Yes.
opposite sides.
Sound a little bit.
Congruent.
Tribute.
You said backward.
I don't care.
Opposite, no, I'm sorry, not sides, angles, thank you.
Angle.
Opposite angles, congruent. So again, the opposite will take you through the first 3 basically. And then what's the 4th one?
Diagonals bisect each other.
We'll take that one. Diagonals,
Are equal.
no, not equal.
They
Bisect.
each other.
I've been writing opposite side instead of opposite.
But what's the one we're leaving out? Consecutive angles, Jesus, supplementary.
Oh wow, sir. Wow.
I know. This is why I don't do it so often. It's hard to write on these things. And then, with no pause at all, number 7. Name 2 parallelograms that have diagonals that are equal in length.
You should do this entire thing with no editing, that would be
What are they?
Let's just
yeah.
erase that. Erase it.
All
It's all good.
properties of this. Oh, wait, what question?
Number 7.
Angles.
Name 2 rectangles and what's it?
Rectangles,
Parallel. Oh wait.
squares. All right, number 8. Name the properties of the rhombus. So,
I have the paper right here.
all parallelogram
All parallel.
Parallel.
properties. What's the main one that takes it from a parallelogram to a rhombus?
4 equal sides.
And then the other 2 that are important, but you don't always think of as much. Perpendicular diagonals. And the plural is rhombi, no. And the last one,
Diagonals bisect each other.
not each other. Right. You're not.
Very right. I'm just kidding.
Hopefully y'all can decipher that.
But
Number
what about
9.
during the problem?
In parallelogram QRST, the measure of angle T is 75. So draw a parallelogram, label it, pretty much. And T is 75. What would that make S? One of the properties of the parallelogram, the last one we put on this page, consecutive angles are supplementary. So 180 minus 75, 105.
We also
Number 10.
murder alive.
I hope that made it on there.
So
Wait, what?
remember that this is supposed to be point T right there. Find the measure of WXY. So if you follow WXY, you're looking at that big angle. So a couple things we need to go back and do. We said diagonals in a rhombus bisect opposite angles. So this 34 means you also have a 34 right there. And the opposite angle is going to be the same. So 34, 34, which makes each of these 68. So 68 right there. XYZ, XYZ. So if the opposite angles are 68, this is still a parallelogram because that's under the rhombus family. So these are going to be supplementary angles. 180 minus 68 is 112.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Whoops. I hope I just said everything.
And then WTX, we said that T is in the middle. In a rhombus, the diagonals are perpendicular. That simply makes it 90 degrees. Like the temperature outside. Last page. Given rectangles PQRS, find the measure of QPT. So you know each angle here is a right angle. So if that's 62, you simply do 90 minus 62 to find the other part of it. And that's 28, so it'd be 28 here. Find PST. It would also be a 62, that's right. They're all, each corner is going to break up then into 62 and 28, right? Because they're all congruent, the diagonals are congruent. And then, of course, QRS,
So now you should move it down.
obviously, oh yeah, is 90. All right, so that's page 1. Look at the other video for page 2.